And women are equal. A man being over a woman is a curse, and a woman, having a desire for her husband is a curse. Remember in the Bible, Adam and Eve, how they ate the fruit? They ended up cursing themselves. And one of the curses, I know for women specifically, was the fact that her desire would now be for her husband. And I always wondered, why is her having a desire for her husband a curse? And this is the revelation that I got. A woman, before sin entered the world, the woman, Eve, her desire was for Yah. And then when sin entered the world, her desire became worldly, became fleshly. Her desire became for her husband. And then the curse for the man was for him to be over the woman. His responsibility now was for the woman. Why do you think men be stressed out about having to provide for a woman? That is a curse. Everything was provided for you in the garden already, but now you as a man have to go out and work and provide. The garden had everything. You as a man didn't have to go out and work and stress and provide and all this nonsense. Everything was provided for you. Both the man and woman were in submission to Yah already in the garden. But when they ate the fruit, they became cursed. So the structure changed. So, mind me. You see the structure here? Actually, sorry y'all, I just drew this down real quick. How the structure is now is Yah, man, and then woman. You see how the structure is somebody over somebody? This is how the structure should be. Man and woman on the same level and both in submission to Yah. You get it? Man and woman are supposed to be in submission to each other. A husband submits to his wife the same way the wife submits to the husband, and both of them submit to Yah. Both of them are on the same level. Why would I, as a woman who's submitted to Yah, why would I allow a man, a flawed human being, to come into my life to be over me? That doesn't make any sense. I am equal to a man. I am equal to a man. Now, I have different strengths and I have different weaknesses in comparison to a man, the same way he has different strengths and weaknesses, but that doesn't make me less than a man. So it's interesting how we are taught this structure that, is God, the man, then the wife. We're always taught that. But I really believe that it's man, woman on the same level, and then Yah above both of them. So I just wanted to mention that, men and women are equal. Why am I submitted to a flawed human being who's going to be wrong? Why would I give up my submission to Yah to be submitted to a flawed human being? That's a curse. That doesn't even make sense. Because there's going to be times in a man's life where he is wrong. So if he's wrong, so if this man is wrong, then everybody below him is going to be in the wrong. But if they're on the same level, the man and the woman, they share each other's burden. So if he's wrong, if he's out of commission, the woman is still there. The woman is still in submission to Yah. But if the man is out of commission, if we get rid of the man, who is the woman going to be in submission to now? Because her link to Yah is the man. Does that make sense? Child, y'all try to get me caught up. Y'all try to get me caught up being, oppressed out here, and these men be wanting to be over women and telling them what to do. Boy, bye. I'm equal. I am equal, right? So I just wanted to share that revelation with you guys, because I was really thinking we have been bamboozled. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not saying that men aren't leaders, but women are leaders as well. Women are leaders as well. We are equal. We are both human beings. And I'll leave y'all with this. Yahuwah created man from dirt. And then he created woman from the man. So if I as a woman am created from the rib of a man, why would I be beneath a man? Wouldn't I be on the same level as him? I'm from his flesh.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 10, verse 12. Hatred stir up strifes, but love covereth all sins. Kol holayim la, Abanawa, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Bahashem, Rakat, Quadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the Achium out there on the highways and the byways. Salutations to the hopeful elect. Salutations to you speckled birds, you Israelite foreigners. And shalom to the Akwaf, sitting and listening in silence as the scriptures say to do so. Proverbs chapter 10, verse 12. Hatred stirreth up strifes, but love covereth all sins. And this is a pure example of hatred towards men. Okay? And furthermore, even though she didn't state it and say it, towards the Israelite man. Okay? Because as we always tell you and as we always speak about it and as we always show you the receipts, as they say, women think they're either equal to you or above you. And just speaking as a man, I really believe she thinks she's above men. Even though she said it numerous times that we're equal, we're the same. We're not. We are not the same, we are not equal. Okay, but this hatred stirs up strife. Okay, and the main one that's going to stir up that strife with is Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, because you're being rebellious, disobedient, stubborn, disrespectful. Okay, to the order that Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai has formulated, ordained, and placed upon the earth, man. And you are indoctrinated by the bullshit that Esau has fed you. Feminism, okay, liberation, you know, all these things that Babylon the Great has given you, man. And you drunk the coffee, man. Okay, but you know, to acknowledge and embrace your rightful position and to attempt to be as obedient as you can to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, you might have mercy, you might have favor. Okay, he might give you a covering cast, a man that can protect you in these days to come, man. But a lot of you women, a lot of you Israelite women are going to be slain, man. Okay, but I'm not going to go long on this. I just want to prove one point. Because if we're equal, which, you know, I can grab various precepts, and the beloved elder Manat Zakba did an excellent lesson. If y'all ain't seen this lesson, I highly suggest y'all go watch it. That's where I got this clip from. But when I saw this video and he was talking, it was one thing that came to my mind, man. Because she kept on saying, I'm equal to the man. We're same. We're the same. We're equal. This and that and this. And it also states in the book of Genesis that the Lord gave us the woman so we wouldn't be alone, man. It was already ordained that the woman was made to comfort, be a helpmeet, a servant to the man. The Lord just basically confirmed it to Eve. It's not no goddamn curse, man. It's the rightful order, man. But this is what came to my mind. Because this right here, if we're equal and we're the same, why does a man have this authority? This is Numbers chapter 30, and I'm going to start off at verse 3. If a woman also vows a vow unto the Lord, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, and again, the Lord's name is Yahweh, not no damn Yah. Yah only means he. Okay? And furthermore, she said two different names. And that shows you that these people are bugged out, man. And like the elder said, man, just shut your nigga lips, man. Numbers 30 verse 3. If a woman also vow a vow unto the Lord, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, and bind herself by a bond, being in her father's house. Now listen, in her father's house. Okay, the scrotum that she came out of that was injected to her mother. All right, because the father determines the sex and the nationality. Okay, the woman is just an incubator that carries the seed, and it forms in that woman's womb. She feeds it, you know, etc. Okay, being in her father's house in her youth, and her father hear her vow and her bond wherewith she have bond herself, so like wherewith she have bond her soul, and her father shall hold his peace at her. Then all her vows shall stand, and every bond wherewith she have bound her soul shall stand. But if her father disallow her in the day that he heareth, not any of her vows or of her bonds wherewith she have bond her soul shall stand, and the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai shall forgive her because her father disallowed her. So basically what this is saying is that the man, starting with the father, has the authority to disallow your prayers, disallow your vows to the Heavenly Father, man. Okay? So how come a woman cannot do this to a man? Because you can read this for yourself. This is Numbers chapter 30. A woman cannot do this. Continuing on, verse 6. Numbers 30, verse 6. And if she had at all an husband, when she vowed or uttered out of her lips, wherewith she bound her soul, and her husband heard it, and held his peace at her in the day that he heard it, then her vow shall stand, and her bonds wherewith she have bound her soul shall stand. So the husband, same thing as the father. The father heard it. He wasn't displeased with it. He let it stand. He let her, keep her vow and what she bound to her soul towards the Lord. Okay? But when the father, didn't accept it, he disallowed it. He, obviously interjected and obviously prayed to the Lord not to acknowledge what she just requested and what she said. Verse 8. But if her husband disallowed her on the day that he heard it, then he shall make her vow which she vowed, and that which she uttered with her lips, wherewith she bound her soul, of none effect. And Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, shall forgive her. So this literally tells you that the father, your father, or your husband, okay, because at first it starts with the father because you're in the father's household, and then when you get a husband, your husband takes over. Okay, and little do you not know, you women are a possession, your property, man. And that's another thing that you women like to say, I'm not your property, I don't belong to. And actually, yes, you do. But this literally states that the father or the husband can disallow, interject, and make you not make the Lord interject to the Lord and make your prayer, your vows that you bond yourself with to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai to be of none effect, man. And the woman can't do that. If a man is praying, whatever he's saying, Lord, I want to keep my bond on this, and I want to do this, I want to do that, and I want to pray for this, I want to, this and that and this. Oh, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Whatever he's saying, the woman can't come in and interject and say, no, Yahweh, don't acknowledge that. The woman can't do that. So if we're equal and we're the same, why was the woman not given that advantage, that privilege as the man? And again, I can grab various precepts to prove this thoroughly. Okay, as the elder did in his lesson. I can grab other precepts that he didn't grab to prove it, but I just want to do a one-hitter quitter. Because we're not the same. We're not fucking equal. Okay? What does it say in 1 Corinthians chapter 11? The woman was created for the man. And the man, the man was not created for the woman, but the woman for the man. So how in the hell are we equal when you were created for us? You were created to be a pillar of rest for us, a help me. And as a matter of fact, that word, I think it's woman, if I'm not mistaken. I think woman means female servant, if I'm not mistaken. Okay? Period, man. So we're not equal, we're not the same, man. Point blank, period, man. As I said, a one-hitter quitter, man. So I'm going to leave it right there, man. I don't want to route this out, man. I hope and I pray that this is edifying, uplifting, and informative to the true, sincere Aki and Wa'akwaf. The man can stop your prayers and reject them and tell the Lord to do so, man. Okay? And the Lord will acknowledge it. All right? So any vows you want to make and it displease your husband, he can interject and tell you how about Hashem Yahweh Shai not to do it, man. Call Hulayim La. Abanawa Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rekat Kwadash Wathawada Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rekat Kwadash. for putting the spirit on me, my elder apostles, elder bishops, elders, brothers on down, for doing these epistles to enlighten you, to inform you, to edify you, and uplift you through the power and spirit and words of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. May the blessing and election and protection be upon you and your household. Adawan Ratazah. Into the next one. So with that, I'm just going to say, Shabbat Shalom.